digital, what they actually do. And so it becomes a challenge because when you don't know what we do in that space, you don't really, a lot of people don't understand how to address the needs. So for me, it was really, it's been a big learning experience the last 6 months in that role. And right off the bat, you know, I started to dig into kind of what the core of IT is and thinking about, you know, the skills that I needed to understand and that I needed to at least have some knowledge of in order to help make a positive impact on this business within the Power IT organization and with GE Digital, which I am also aligned. So watching the commercials with Evan, our programmer, was not enough, and all of those things. And I will digress and say the greatest thing about moving into the IT digital space is, for the first time in almost 15 years, people saw commercials for what we did with GE as the software company and equated my job with that. So they understood it for once. So that was a positive. But in any case, you know, I think for us, thinking about workforce development, Jeff Immelt, our CEO and chairman, said a couple of months ago, which sent HR into a tailspin, was that every new hire should know how to code. Wow. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean every new hire is going to be going to Predix boot camp and eventually be a Predix developer and develop apps for asset performance management or whatever. But it just meant that every new employee should understand, whether it's, and a couple of the other GE folks in the room and I were talking, it's like whether it's knowing how to code in Excel, to modify what you do in Excel to be more applicable or to get the message across. I mean, there are a number of ways that coding can impact daily life, but it's, so how do we find those people? And so as I thought about, for me, what the challenge is I kind of think about it from the perspective of having a 9-year-old fourth grader and a 7-year-old first grader and a wife who's a third grade teacher, and thinking about what experience are they getting now that's setting the stage for you know, understanding code, understanding what IT is, and really understanding the building blocks that will prepare them and hopefully other kids like them for what's coming down the pipeline. Internet of Things. I mean, certainly huge when you look at GE. I mean, article after article after article has Jeff Immelt and our business leaders really behind the idea of the digitalization of everything we do, of the Internet of Things, not just for asset performance management, but for brilliant factories. That's, you know, it's how we don't draw anything in pictures anymore, and we don't have drafts of anything. I mean, everything is a digital record that flows into the machine, that flows into ERP systems and everything, and to all the way through field service. So how do you interact in that space? And I think that's what Jeff is talking about. So I think about it in relationship to my children, and I look at their curriculum. And so my question is, how do we change the curriculum at a young age so that from early on, it's not up to the parents. I mean, parents, as a parent, I'm going to do what I can do, but that the schools, I love the fact that they learn about Seminole Indians, and I love the fact that they learn about Greek urns and all of these things. But at the end of the day, the practical side of me goes, in lieu of that, we need more practical, applicable things at a young age that they can, the building blocks are set when they're in kindergarten or first grade, and they build on that throughout the career. So the roundabout way of my question is, how do we change the curriculum? How do we start impacting this at a young age so that the workforce for the IT world and for really all of business is going to be ready for the next industrial revolution? Because it is coming. No doubt in my mind that it's coming. I totally agree. So that's my question. And really, the other offset of that is the right tools in the classroom. And as I thought about that question, I thought, you know, the scary thing is, there are the right tools in the classroom. I mean, there are computers and multiple laptops and devices in every classroom now. We're just not using them the right way. We implement standardized tests on them. And we all know how we feel about standardized testing, but we're not having kids actually sit down and code for 15 minutes a day like we could. So anyway, those are my thoughts, so I will stop there.